want to ask you a question about the state of executive hiring, William. What do you see on the horizon? We're leaning into
Yeah,
another year. It's been, such a roller coaster ride, and this ride started, of course, 3+ years ago. What's next for us? If you're thinking about making a
yeah,
change, you need to make one.
yeah. So the state of executive recruiting, and then if you're trying to, there are a lot of good questions in there. We actually called the Great Resignation right before it happened. I write for Forbes and wrote in a column, and here are the reasons why, and then it happened, and we're still dealing with a little bit of that. I think I've never seen a more fickle candidate pool ever than right now. By the way, if you want to stand out in a crowd, just follow through with a search process, even if you don't end up taking the job. People drop out just left and right. Um, the future, I think, of executive recruiting is so as an industry, I think two things are happening, and it's happening in every industry. There's a race to the top and there's a race to the bottom. So the cheaper rank and file recruiting, find me an admin, find me an office manager, find that stuff is going to get so automated. I foresee AI kind of really taking that and running with it. And, whatever Zip Recruiters tried to be, I don't think they've made money yet, but they advertise everywhere. That is actually going to happen on the lower level hiring. On the higher level hiring, the C-suite, EVPs, SVPs, that sort of thing, I think that people are beginning to realize this isn't about give me some names I wouldn't have known. That maybe that happens. It's more like help me make sure we're hiring a tissue match. Because, executive search is like an organ transplant. And we actually live, right by the medical center here in Houston. So I have a transplant doctor lives 2 blocks down. And you ask a transplant doctor, what makes a really good one a really good one? It is not the ability to get a donor list together. It's the ability to do the tissue match. You can have a healthy heart and a healthy body. And if you put them together and the tissue doesn't match, it's a bad ending for everyone. So I think the future of executive search is going to be much more about high level advice for high level jobs and automation for low level jobs. Now, as we're going through all these changes, what should people out there be thinking about with their careers? That's a different question that is so critical. It's such a good question. AI is coming. It's the only thing we heard about in keynotes last year. Somebody sent me a TikTok video the other day of keynotes in 2023. Guy walks out to tremendous applause, says AI, and walks off the stage to tremendous applause. That's kind of where, but it is coming, and it's going to replace a whole lot of jobs. The people that it's going to create a whole lot of new jobs too, which is cool. But how do you get through that disruption? You work on your human to human skills.
Yeah.
Because AI has not got that down, and I don't know that it ever will. And I think the more automated we become, the more humans, managers, leaders, recruiters are going to be starving for some genuine, authentic human to human interaction. And I think the people that practice these 12 habits end up having a leg up on those very things. It's the H to H would be where I'd focus.